Good Monday morning, everyone. We're starting the week off. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a terrific LTS on Saturday. Thank you, everybody who chimed in on that. We had just a tremendous amount of viewers and comments and stuff. So in regards to that, I want to make sure that you guys know I saw all of the comments. Thank you so much. And if you ask a question that Dad and I didn't get to on the LTS, be sure and email it to me, because there's so many comments and questions on there that I just don't know whether we got to them all or not on the video itself. And that video will be posted on the channel probably Tuesday-ish, something like that. Vicky and I, right after the LTS was over, we took off for a day and went and kind of had kind of a day off. So that's what we did Saturday and most of the day on Sunday. Anyway, so we're a little bit delayed. It won't be posted until probably Monday, late Monday or Tuesday sometime, because it's an hour-long video and takes a long time to upload to YouTube. Anyway, so we were really happy with the way it came out, all the great comments and questions. So on those questions, if you didn't get answered questions, email them to me directly, eric@makeawoodsign.com, and I will make sure. That's always the best place to get a hold of me and ask me questions. So let's get into the questions right now. I got this one from Brad. It said, recently I had made a couple signs that had developed cracks or surface cracks parallel to the grain after spraying the ink. I brought the board home, checked the moisture, applied the sanding sealer, and everything looked good. I carved the signs, still looking good, sprayed the ink and allowed it to dry. Come back 10 to 15 minutes later and it had cracks across the face of the sign. It does not go all the way through the board, only on the surface. Have you ever experienced this? Yes, I have. So here's the thing that I find that develops checks and in some cases cracks that will go all the way through is variances. Well, you got to remember too, wood is unpredictable. So you never can tell exactly what every piece of wood is going to do. It's unpredictable. That's just part of the deal. So, but if it develops checks at any point, what you really want to be careful of is make sure that anytime you put black or you spray your ink or paint or primer on your board, make sure there are no checks in it at that point, because once that black gets down in those checks, chances are your sign's going to be ruined, unless you want it to look that way. But if the checks developed after the black has been sprayed on there, many times you can sand the black off, and then once the black is sanded off, you may be able to use putty, you may be able to use that CA glue filler. You can use any different kinds of things, but once there's black down in those checks, man, it's pretty much start over. So that's where you really, anything that is in the, not just with checks, but with knots, with little divots, anything that's in the surface of that board that black can get down into, that you can't sand out, that it's going to be too deep for you to sand out, that's what you really have to be careful. But again, a lot of times variances in temperature will do that. For instance, one thing that I used to have a lot of problems with my redwood is I would set it out in the sun to dry. And redwood, for us, the kiln dried redwood that we used to use, if it's set in the sun for 10 or 15 minutes, man, it warmed up and it opened right up. It would develop cracks, not just checks, but cracks. So you really have to be careful with that on variances of temperature. If you're spraying in a cold temperature and then putting it in the sun or whatever, the degree of temperature variance can cause problems like that. So try to eliminate that as much as you can. The other thing is, once the sign is done, don't waste any time. Get a finish on it like right away. That's number one thing. Right after I sand the sign and it looks good, I get a finish on it like right away, immediately. So that is, I hope that helps. But sometimes, you know, it's wood and you're just going to have issues. So that's one of the things. But that CA filler glue, I think it would be really good instance to use that. And again, I've used white glue, I've used putty, if you can match it up color wise. So anyway, so that's that. Next, Jim McDonald. I've seen you say $70 or so for pricing per square foot. I've been starting out telling people 25 to 40 a square foot since I saw that video, and trying to see if I can start a small side business and get my work out there. Am I undercutting myself too much? What's the average what's the average price a new guy should be charging? And how would you increase your prices? Or how would we increase our prices? So that's, you know, that's such a kind of a personal thing depending on what you're making. Way back when I was at $25, $30, $40 a square foot, and I thought it was a fair price, but that was back in the 70s and 80s. The main reason I'm at $70 and $80 a square foot now is because I don't want as much business from the sign business, because I have videos to make. I've got a lot of other stuff going on. So that's the reason I've kind of gradually increased my prices. What you guys, you know, you guys just have to make, you kind of have to make that judgment for yourself. If you're happy at $25 to $30 a square foot, you like what you're doing and you don't need to really make a lot of extra money out of it, hey, 25 or 30 bucks a square foot, that's not bad. I mean, if you're, you know, if you're making 30 or 40 bucks a sign, and you've only got a few bucks in materials in it, that's not bad. If you can make, you know, 1 or 2 of those an hour, it's not a bad hourly wage. So it really is, that's so different for everybody. It depends on your situation, what you've got to have out of it, how much you would increase your prices. Again, it depends. I used to use the term a lot, how hungry are you? If you're hungry and you need that business, you might drop your prices a little bit more. As you start getting more business and you realize that there's lots of business to be had out there, you might increase your prices so you make a little bit more per sign and maybe not as many orders. So that's really, there's so many variances to that. It depends on your specific situation. So I don't think 25, 30, 40 bucks a square foot is a bad price. I think you could go with that and stay with that for years if that works for your situation. So that's really, there's so many different possibilities there. So I hope that helps. Okay, so in regards to the LTS the other day, in case you guys didn't see it yet and you couldn't watch it live and you didn't see it on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, what we did was we carved a new font that we've got. This is a big version of the font. These are 5-inch, I think. And Vicki has named this
Fatty font.
Fatty font. Okay, so they're kind of a bubble font. I really like carving these things, guys. These things are so fun to carve because
see if I'm getting close.
If you're not right on the line, it really makes no difference at all in the look of the letter. Not like the Clarendon and the Western. You can really tell when you're not on the line there. And these, I don't know how close you're getting in, but these have a different pattern. This is kind of a star pattern. That's kind of a circular. That's a V pattern. That was really what my demo was all about. I think, no, I guess I showed this on the LTS, and you'll see that. It'll be on the channel in the next couple of days, me actually carving this. And then, so we will have this new font available on the website. These are 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and 2 inch. Just shows you what they look like inset and outset. So we'll have these available on the website within the next week or so.
But if they want that fatty font, they can go on and order any set or any. The prices are the same, so they just need to order that whatever set's on the website, and then leave a note. Message that says they want the fatty font. Yeah,
so if you want a set of them, you know, everything, all the prices of all the layout letters are all the same. There's no difference in price between the Clarendon to the Western to the Creepy. They're all the same price for that size. All the 1 inch are the same price. So anyway, if you guys want those before they're up on the website, just order the Clarendon or whatever and make sure, and either send a separate email or leave it in the notes there on Make a Wood Sign. There's a place to put notes that you want the fatty font, or and we'll do that. Or you can call. You can do that too. Or write Vicki an email. Vicki with Dave Signs at Gmail. It's in the description below. All right, so that's that. Oh, the other thing is the new template of the month is the beer mug. Yeah, so that's the February. All of the premium members will get will get this beer mug. That'll be the template of the month. By popular demand, I guess, kind of. Everybody really liked it, and I knew you guys would. It's so much fun to carve. It just is. Yeah, I really love that template. I wish I'd had that when I was up in Oatman. I would have carved a lot of those. I did actually make myself one, but it didn't look anywhere near that good. All right, sign carvers of the day. Cheryl North Johnson. Now this one is really cool because it's got kind of a 3D effect, for obvious reasons. And you can see how she did the shadow is the background around that D and around that 3. The 3 shows up obviously a lot better because it's a lighter color outset rather than the dark blue, which I think was part of the logo. But that's a really neat way to do a shadowed letter, a 3D effect. I think it came out terrific. Great job, Cheryl. Really good. Very nice. And last but not least, my buddy Andy. Now this one was cool. This was a collaboration he did for a YouTube channel. Southern Boys Outdoors has a big YouTube channel. He made them a sign, and this thing is pretty big. In fact, I think he just posted a clip from a video that they did the other day on Facebook. And many of you guys that are on Facebook, you probably saw this already. But congratulations, Andy. Andy is really doing some not only great work, but he's really creative in getting his work out there and kind of taking up the whole idea of the collaborations. So, and we've got more collaborations. Hopefully you'll see something on that within the next week or two. Got some great collaborations coming up. Okay, I guess that's about it. I'm going long-winded here, taking a key off of Dad the other day on the LTS. So that was fun being back on camera with Dad. So he enjoyed it. I think it kind of gave him an idea to get on camera a little bit more.
Yeah,
so you guys
were thinking he was deceased.
Yeah, they were thinking he was. Yeah, I buried him and just didn't tell anybody. Anyway, so Dave at davesigns.com. Write him an email. He's over there sitting in the chair. Write him an email and let him know you want to see him on camera.
Thrown under the bus again.
Yep. Okay. So
Your son just threw you under the bus again, Dave.
He didn't hear you. All right, guys. Thanks again, and we will see you probably before you see us on Wednesday. You'll see the LTS will be up and live, hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours. But if not, it'll be this week for sure. And we'll see you guys again on Wednesday. So keep those questions coming. Keep sending me pictures. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'd love for you to. And send us your comments and feedback. Remember, Eric at makeawoodsign.com, and then or comment in the link below. That's it. All right. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.